Hello everybody, what is going on? Jimmy here back with another video. Hope that you're all doing well. Today, my friends, we're going to be talking about The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition. And first of all, I want to apologize for this video being late. I did actually get this Collector's Edition day one. Shout out to GameStop for having it here day one. I really appreciate that. And I have been playing the game for a few days now, but I did not have time to film a video on all this. So this is not an unboxing. As you can see, everything's already been unboxed. We are going to be opening up the Tears of the Kingdom art book together, and I did not look at any of the leaks for that art book, so I do not know what's in there or what it's going to look like. So that's going to be really cool for us to discover together. But right now, I just want to show off every little piece first, like this absolutely amazing steel book we have right here. As you can see right there, I don't know if it's coming across on the camera very well, but it does indeed say The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom in this really cool gold color. I love this color up against that dark green that they've been doing. I think it looks incredibly classy. This dark green up against the gold. I mean, it just looks, seriously, this just looks amazing. And this steel poster box, personally to me, looks so cool. I'm not throwing this box away. The fact it has tissue paper in it and everything, I mean, it was just so well done and just so over the top. I absolutely love it. The game case, obviously, I think is the same. I don't think there's any differences between the collector's edition game case and the real one. I don't know. There might be a small nuance. I know they did some differences with the Xenoblade 1 collector's edition, which I do have. I did not unbox on this channel, unfortunately, but I do have the Xenoblade 1 definitive edition box and everything. And actually, I have Xenoblade Chronicles 3 in here right now because I was just playing the DLC. The DLC is fantastic. I would tell all of you, if you're a big Xenoblade person, to please check out the DLC. It's fantastic. But when Tears of the Kingdom comes out, I have to put this DLC away. There's a few more things I want to do before I'm just done with the DLC, but I'm going to have to come back to it because this is Tears of the Kingdom we're talking about here. And I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on the game in a little bit here as well. Next up, the actual steel poster looks really, really good. Let's just be honest here. This thing is going up on the wall. I'm so excited. Not exactly sure where it's going to go just yet, but super happy with this. I mean, it just looks so cool. Really, really appreciate stuff like this. Way better than some like piece of paper they rolled up and threw in the box. This was way over the top. Way, way, way good. I know that's not really a complete sentence, guys, but I'm just, even after all these days, just so excited about all this. It is way good. Next, we got the pins. I'm not going to lie to you. These pins immediately reminded me of the unknown Pokemon, which I thought was kind of interesting. I feel like somebody else probably thought that too. I apologize for the camera quality, guys. I know it's really not that good, and it keeps going out of focus, so sorry about that. But, yeah, here's the pins right here. They came in a really, really great case. Actually, they came in this right here, which I thought was a really cool little sleeve that goes over top of them. I mean, everything here was just done incredibly well, I gotta say. I mean, there's really no other way of putting it. Everything here is just amazing. Now let's get in to the Tears of the Kingdom booklet here. And by booklet, I mean it's not a booklet at all. It's pretty big, but this thing's gonna be kind of hard to open on camera, so I don't know really. I'm gonna do this here, but we are gonna open it up. Yeah, this is on there, that's for sure. No one's doubting that. I'm not really sure how many get into this here. Wow, they use some high quality material here. Okay, I got it. Okay. Now we're talking. Just off here. I mean, everything is incredibly detailed. I'm sure it's coming across on the camera. I can kind of see it coming across. Everything just looks, I mean, this is top notch. This is seriously worth the money. I know some collector's editions are like 250 bucks. This was 137 if I'm remembering exactly right. It was 137, and I think that's a pretty okay price for a collector's edition like this. I know the game is also $10 more expensive, which did mess with some people, and some people were not happy about that. But, you know, honestly, I feel like for a brand new Zelda game, there was no way a $10 increase in price was going to make me not buy it. Let's just be honest here. So I'm not going to go through probably like every single page, but right off the bat, I mean, this stuff is just like, it's so cool to see everything and how everything was being made here. I don't necessarily know if I want to spoil the whole game for myself, so that's one reason why I don't necessarily want to go too far deep into this collector's edition, because I'm sure we're going to see boss enemies. I'm sure we're going to see spoilers on stuff, and that's kind of the thing with that. I don't really want to do all that. I don't really want to spoil myself too badly here. I did refrain from seeing this collector's edition before buying it, and I'm probably going to dig into this collector's edition booklet and everything after I've beaten the entire game because, like I said, I just don't really want to spoil it, and I think this is probably a good place to stop here. Everything looks top notch, everything looks fantastic, but like I said, I just don't really want to risk spoiling something major. I don't really know what's in this collector's edition. I've never looked at any of the leaks, like I said. I tried to refrain from Twitter. I've been, actually considering deleting the app because a lot of the people I follow do nothing but talk about Nintendo stuff and Zelda stuff and Mario and stuff like that. And I know that somebody's going to spoil the final boss fight. Somebody's already beaten the game in 94 minutes, guys. So these type of things are out there already, even though the game's been out for a few days. I just don't really want to risk all that. So that's kind of the thing is I'm just going to leave this book here and I'm just going to tell you guys for a few minutes my initial thoughts on The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. First of all, I got to say, guys, right off the bat, the Sky Island area is an amazing tutorial. It took me like 8 or 9 hours to do it. It was just chock full with so much incredible stuff. I could not have asked for a better opener to such a grandiose game. This game already right off the bat feels fantastic. I feel like I have more control over Link than I ever have. The movement has been tweaked a little bit. It feels better to play as Link than it did in Breath of the Wild. The gameplay is top notch. A lot of people were reporting the game is a little harder. I would agree the game is a little harder. I don't think this is like a Demon Souls situation where you're going to be dying every 5 seconds or anything like that. I don't want to scare any potential Tears of the Kingdom owners away from buying the game. I think that, it's more than playable. I know I'm not saying Demon Souls isn't playable, but I know a lot of people consider games like that too hard. Me personally, I've always liked challenging games. Like Returnal's another example of a challenging game that I've always thought was really good. It's on PC now. Check that one out too. Is this game as hard as something like a Souls game or Returnal or something like that? Definitely not. So I just want to make that clear because some people consider them games like unplayable, which obviously, like I said, I don't, but I get it. I understand it. Is this game better than Breath of the Wild? The burning question. It is way too early for me to declare this game better than Breath of the Wild. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time, period. This game is going to have to pull all the stops and do every single thing right to truly dethrone my favorite game of all time. Right off the bat, I will say it feels a lot like Breath of the Wild. I saw all the DLC memes and jokes, and wow, I'm not going to go as far as to say this feels like DLC of the Wild or DLC of the Kingdom, as people have been joking around calling it. I am going to say that this game feels a lot like Breath of the Wild to the point that it really does in some instances, with, for example, the music when you cook is exactly the same. I feel like that should have been changed. Some of the sound effects when you battle and different things feel very similar. The noises Link makes when he jumps up and does different things all are exactly the same. I get the idea that this is a direct sequel, but I also feel like, changing some of these things would have really helped it to stand out. Because after 6 years, direct sequel or not, we were kind of expecting a brand new and a fresh experience. And unfortunately, I cannot say that this is a brand new or fresh experience. It feels like more of what we love, more of what worked, and more of what was great. And that is not a bad thing, guys. I want to stress that. This is not me hating here. So far, I think Tears of the Kingdom is phenomenal. I think that Tears of the Kingdom is easily Game of the Year, probably going to be a contender for Game of the Decade. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to make you guys think that I'm hating by any means, because I am definitely not. But for me to sit here and tell you that I think it's going to be better than Breath of the Wild, I really don't, because I'm not one of those people who consider something that's building upon a foundation of something else to be objectively better. Like, oh, Mario Galaxy 2 is objectively better than Mario Galaxy 1 because it took the criticisms of the first game and made it better. Now, in my opinion, I don't agree with that. I think Mario Galaxy 1 is way better than Mario Galaxy 2. And even though Mario Galaxy 2 improved the formula in certain ways, Mario Galaxy 1, ultimately, I like a lot of the things that made Mario Galaxy 1 2 just relies on, and I like Mario Galaxy 1 better. I don't think that as a unique concept, a direct sequel can truly compete with the idea of it being better, unless this game pulls all the stops and it does everything right. Like I said, I've never been one of those people who thinks just because a direct sequel comes out and does everything better, or quote-unquote does everything better, that it's just magically better than the base game. It is completely deriving everything off of. This game is very much so in the same vein as Breath of the Wild. Anyone who tells you otherwise is honestly lying, I feel like, because this game is more than Breath of the Wild-ish. It is way too early to see if it is better than Breath of the Wild. Like I said, I will let you guys know. But so far, I'm loving it. Easily the best game I've played since Breath of the Wild, probably. I mean, there's a few games I can think of in between that have been really, really great. But honestly, is like I said, all these things I'm throwing out here, way too early to say for sure. I'm still in like the first 10 hours of the game. I do not know what to expect. This game's probably going to take 300 hours or so to beat. I know I'm talking so fast. I know I'm going crazy. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so excited. Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be hitting you with more Tears of the Kingdom content, more comparisons with Breath of the Wild. Maybe we'll do a whole video on which game ends up being better after I finish both games. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below, guys, like I already said. Let me know. Are you enjoying this game? I'd love to hear it. Thank you guys so much. Jimmy out of here. This game is fantastic.